Hey all, Hipper here. Now, today I have been taking out the Siegfried, and this is an agile build because that's what was voted as the most pressing need with the Lucians. And if we just have a look at the loadout here, you see it has a sonar, and it has, of course, planes and a pretty good heal. Not very nice actually. Um, if we look at the other stats here, it's pretty close to what I expected the ship would be. I was hoping for 8 kilometer torps, but we get 6 kilometers, and yeah, that's maneuverability. With an agile build here, almost 40 knots, 3.5 second rudder, like very similar to Alaska. And yeah, this ship really is kind of a squishier Odin or an Alaska with torpedoes, sort of. I'm exaggerating a little bit here. So this is the upgrades I'm running on this here, and it's just turret rotation, double rudder, and the improved reload. So this is, as usual, the first battle I've taken the ship out in. No cheating here. And it looks and feels a lot like Gneisenau in many ways. Of course, it turns a lot quicker at 3.5 seconds, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. It's a tad faster as well, and of course it has sonar, but I tend to think of it as a squishier Odin or a squishier Gneisenau. Yeah, this game here was totally laggy. Don't know what happened there. So I guess I played 8 or 10 battles, something like that in the ship, and I haven't done very well yet. I haven't even hit 100,000 damage yet, and I'm a little bit disappointed in that. But of course, it's one of those ships that gets totally focused as soon as people see it because it's new. So give it a few weeks and probably be a little bit easier to get some good battles in it. But like I said, the ship is pretty much what I expected it to be. It's a big fat cruiser, and if you watch this channel, you know I don't really like that. I like agile cruisers, and this is an agile build, and it's better than I thought. I thought the rudder would be around 4.5 seconds, something like that. So I'm pleasantly surprised, and it feels a lot more agile than like the numbers say. It feels a lot more agile than Alaska, although Alaska actually is more agile according to the numbers. Yeah, don't really have an explanation for that. And of course, you have torps on this ship, and that's always a plus if you have an agile build, because you'll be able to get in close and avoid shots with an agile build to use your torps. But I find that this ship is a lot better in the traditional German role of like just shooting in, finding a good spot to dig in, and just hold the enemy advance. Because nobody really wants to zoom around an island and take on a heavily armored ship with 380mm guns and torpedoes and sonar. Exactly the same as Odin. If there is an island in the middle of a cap, well, that's a perfect spot to park your Odin or your Gneisenau or your Siegfried or your Scharnhorst, pretty much, or your Tirpitz. So there's not many surprises if you are used to German ships. The secondaries are actually a lot better than I thought. I've been able to take out a few destroyers with them, and I'm going to actually play around with this secondary build on this ship, I think. So this commander here is Lucians. That's all I've been using today, and I haven't had great results, and there's nothing surprising in that. I wasn't expecting this ship to do very well with an agile build. It works, yeah. As you can see here, there's nothing well, there is stuff wrong with it, but yeah, it works reasonably, and you will get results. But like I said, I haven't had really any killer games, and here we have a bit of lag again. It's wonderful. Now I suspect that this ship will do better with a concealment build, but I haven't made it that far yet. I think I'll dig into that tomorrow. And I want to play more around with like improving the secondaries on, if I can do it on this Agile build here, and if not, I'll find some other way of doing it. Someone took my kill there. And another thing is the guns. Yeah, they are more accurate than Gneisenau, but really that's not hard to be, because that ship is notoriously inaccurate. And if you're a regular viewer, you know that I like ships to be accurate. I like them to hit what I aim at. If the reload is long, that's fine, as long as they're accurate. And this ship has a very long reload of 24, 25, 22 seconds, depending on your build. And the accuracy is, it's not very good. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it is not as good as I was hoping it would be. So here we are dodging some torps with the Agile build, which is obviously very good at that. And then we catch this Tashkent off guard here. He was expecting an easy torp kill there, but that was not to be. And in these destroyer duels here, the Agile build is really good, because it takes a long time to kill a destroyer in this ship here. I have another video where I am duking it out with I think it's a Kagero, and I chase him out of the cap, and I chased that Kagero for a few minutes, and he's spotted and everything, but it just takes so long to sink him with the long reload. I think I need 5 or 6 salvos, maybe even more than that, and with a 25-second reload, that's like 2 or 3 minutes. It's definitely not a very good destroyer killer. And if that's the case, then what is really the point of a cruiser? And that's kind of what I say about all these big fat cruisers that kind of borrow a little bit of a battleship and a little bit of a cruiser. I don't really see the point of them. I mean, I could do just as well in Odin or Gneisenau here, and then save the cruiser spot for an actual cruiser that might actually do some cruiser things instead. I mean, I have another lag spike here. Excellent. Yeah, like I was saying, if I was going to play a cruiser, I would much rather be in Prince Eugen, because I can get off 2 salvos in the time it takes this ship to get off 1. And I have more torps, it's faster, it's more agile. Now, unlike Azuma, which is another tier 7, like big fat cruiser, there is definitely a space in this game for Siegfried. I mean, it's not a bad ship by any means, like Azuma. Azuma is a horrible ship. And I also have a very strained relationship with Alaska. Its saving grace is the radar, but any battle, I would much rather be in Wichita or have a Wichita on my team than an Alaska. See, we got a very nice 2 pens there, and I mean, these are nice enough guns, and they do great damage, and they are more accurate, but I don't think they're accurate enough. Up close like this, yeah, of course you're going to score nice hits, but as soon as you get like more than 10 kilometers, you'll get into some questionable ballistics. Here again, we have lag spike. And unfortunately, this guy decides to ram when I could easily have torped this ship here, but okay, whatever. So anyway, that was my first battle in Siegfried, and so far I'm not super impressed, but I'm also not disappointed. So I'll do some more work on it.